Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. The XRP that I hold has recently become a much smaller part of my overall crypto portfolio, but there are a couple good reasons for that I want to explain. And I also want to highlight this article because it's completely, well, it's the article on your screen isn't trash, but it's covering a separate article that absolutely is trash, and it's from Forbes. But here's the headline from the Crypto Basic. Forbes says XRP has no purpose, calls XRPL a ghost chain. And the article they're referencing is this one on your screen. Forbes article, The Rise of Crypto's Billion-Dollar Zombies. Now, what's fascinating here is although they do cite a bunch of different chains that they're calling zombie chains here, not getting used, they're useless, nobody's there, nobody's paying attention. It's basically just an article that is ripping on XRP, and it's full of a ton of factual inaccuracies, which we're going to get into. Also, separately, I will highlight that there's a professor and economist who also rips this Forbes article to shreds for being completely inaccurate. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, all right? I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so I want to talk about this because my XRP, although it is still by a good bit my largest individual crypto holding, the percentage that it makes up in terms of my overall crypto portfolio, it's down a lot recently. Now, part of the reason that I wanted to highlight this is because I've seen this before. This is what happened last cycle before XRP took off. And I know last cycle XRP didn't hit a new all-time high, but the SEC was attacking Ripple and effectively all XRP holders. Not really surprising in hindsight to see that XRP didn't hit a new all-time high, but it did still move in correlation with the rest of the market. It did still pop to the upside, and it reached $2. And right now, like it reminds me, this moment in time that we're in right now, this market cycle, it reminds me of a particular point. Call it roughly, say October 2020 before XRP really started running, because at that point XRP was a much lower percentage of my overall crypto portfolio, but then it started running. And when it jumped up to, from about 20 something cents up to 80 cents in a matter of like a week or two, whatever it was, it quickly became a much bigger part of my portfolio. And then in April when it hit its high, it was a much bigger part. And so, the fact that it is where it is, it's just another thing that I'm looking at where I'm just like, I've seen this before. I've seen XRP looking abysmal when on the XRP BTC pair. Same for XRP dominance. These are all moments where in previous market cycles it looks abysmal, and then smart people recognize that, start putting money in, and then moves to the upside. In an environment like this, you better believe XRP is going to run. And so on December 24th, just the very end of last year, I put out a poll on social media platform X. I wrote, what percentage of your crypto holdings are XRP? Measure in whatever government-issued currency you prefer. And so there are four options, 0 to 25%. XRP could be 26 to 50%, 51 to 75%, or 76 to 100%. So those are the people who are like, XRP is the one, and I've been all over the place. Like I've been in positions where XRP is a tremendous, like the majority, in fact, of my XRP holdings. But there are a lot of things, a lot of factors to consider that change that, including what XRP happens to be worth in that given moment. It doesn't all have to do with whether I'm buying or selling XRP, just to be clear. And I've never sold XRP in my entire life. I'm waiting for a new all-time high into enter price discovery, and then I'll start to scale out. And so 0 to 25%. So the people said the XRP is 0 to 25% of their portfolio. That's 15.5% of respondents. 26 to 50% holdings of XRP. 16.2% responded, yep, that's me. It's in the 51% to 75% bucket. 24% said, yep, that's the range for how much XRP I have in my portfolio. And then 76 to 100%. 44.3% of humans responded to that. That's gigantic. That's pretty freaking gigantic. And I've been close to that. I don't know exactly what the max would have been. That'd be interesting to go back and try and figure that out. But it's been dominant for long periods of time. Now on December 24th, though, I since I just for the fun of the conversation, I noted what what percentage of my crypto portfolio XRP makes up. And at the time, it was 34.82%. So over a third of my crypto holdings were in XRP. So undeniably, I'm counting on XRP to be a major contributor to my life-changing wealth in crypto this market cycle, unquestionably. Now, since I've sufficiently diversified, in the event that XRP, say I'm wrong and XRP doesn't hit a new all-time high, which I admit is possible, I just don't think it's probable. If that happens, I'm still going to be fine. Like, say I didn't have any of my XRP, I've got enough other stuff that, if by and large it goes, I'm going to have a great time, still got my life-changing wealth. But I'm counting on XRP to be a major factor in this. I've never been this optimistic for XRP in my entire life, but it's a smaller percentage of my holdings now. In fact, it's down to 24.39% of my crypto portfolio. That's right, XRP is down from 38.82% of my portfolio on December 24th down to 24.39% today. And why is that? Did I sell my XRP? No, I already said I didn't. Listen, I said I didn't. No, the reason that this is the case, there's two primary drivers here. It's the fact that XRP lagging behind per usual here. It's not really surprising to hear that. I'm assuming you're not surprised anyway. Lags behind in the market. But other stuff has been taken off. And I hold a lot of different crypto. So as of the end of December, I held 29 cryptocurrencies. I believe that was the exact number. But as other stuff has taken off, and then XRP, not like it's been abysmal this year, but other stuff performing better, that means in terms of dollars, that stuff's worth more. So that's a major contributor because I have a lot of different cryptocurrencies. But also, in recent weeks, as the market took a little bit of a dip, I bought more. I bought, since the time I posted what's on your screen there at the end of December, since then, I bought 12 new cryptocurrencies. So I now hold a total of 41 different cryptocurrencies. Way more than I need. And frankly, the last 12 that I bought, I didn't need to buy them. I don't need that additional exposure. My bags have been packed. But like I explained at the time, and I did talk about what I bought and why, it's just the case that I keep earning money. It's got to go somewhere. I'm, understanding where I believe anyway we are in this market cycle, roughly speaking. I think we're going to go a lot higher. So I was like, well, I got to put this money somewhere. I'll buy some more cryptocurrencies. And I did that over a span of 3 days when Bitcoin pulled back to about the low was like 60 grand. I don't think it dipped into the upper 50s if memory serves anyway, but it's a couple weeks or so ago, whenever that was. So I bought, and I just thought, well, I don't really need a crazy multiplier. This is like, the cherry on top, the icing on the cake, whatever you want to call it. So factor in that with the fact that all my other stuff has been increasing in price at a faster rate. Yeah, an XRP became a smaller percentage of my overall holdings, but it's only a smaller percentage until suddenly it's not. In fact, if XRP starts rocketing, it's quite plausible that it could become the majority of my crypto holdings in short order. It wouldn't take that much. I mean, think about it. A little bit more than doubling in price from here. If assuming other stuff was static, and I know it wouldn't be, but it's just like a little mental exercise here. If XRP, a little more than doubles in price, then it'll be a majority holding for me. It'll be over 50% then. And by the way, so out of the 12 cryptos I purchased again, and I didn't need them. If they were to go away, I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm probably going to sell them sooner than later. If I get like a 5 to 10 fold increase, I'll be like, yeah, whatever, it's fine, I don't care. But they currently comprise about 8% of my total crypto portfolio. So again, all this to say, it's just, I'm always curious to hear what other people are doing. So I thought maybe some people would be kind of curious to hear a little bit more about what I'm doing. I don't normally talk about it, but it's kind of fun for conversation every now and then. But I'm just like the rest of you guys. Like, I'm absolutely counting on XRP to melt faces. I fully believe that it will. And nobody can know for sure, but it's what makes the most sense, in my humble opinion. So I think it's coming. I definitely don't need 41 cryptocurrencies. That's for sure. And the vast majority of the coins that, I put the coins I put the most money in, those are the ones I did the most due diligence on, let's say. And so even if I just had those core holdings, I think I'm going to be fine. But I just went further out on the risk curve because I understand what happens in these environments. Coins just go. And it doesn't mean I expect to make profit on all of them, but I'm also not looking for crazy gains for a lot of the newer ones I just purchased anyway, so it kind of is what it is. But for me, yes, the biggest one for me, I'm expecting this market cycle, absolutely XRP. That's what I think is going to matter most. course, there are idiots that don't understand what is about to happen and about the degree to which faces are going to be melted. These people are Forbes employees, as it turns out. So the headline here again from the Crypto Basic. Forbes says XRP has no purpose, calls XRPL a ghost chain. This is just absolutely laughable. Just factual inaccuracy after factual inaccuracy. So I'm glad that they got called out by the Crypto Basic. A recent Forbes article has taken a swipe at Ripple and the XRP ledger, calling the XRPL and 19 other blockchain networks functional ghost chains. The XRP ledger has retained relevance in the blockchain ecosystem over a decade after its introduction, with wallets hosted on the network recording a steady uptick to over 5.1 million at press time, demonstrating sustained interest among blockchain enthusiasts. However, Forbes claims the XRPL is nothing more than a zombie chain, a tag that has triggered sharp criticisms from industry pundits. In a report published yesterday, Forbes aimed to spotlight 20 blockchains it believes are zombie chains with little utility. And I also pause to state here, whatever you think about XRP ledger developer activity, if you think that it's too low compared to Ethereum, well, I've said my piece on that. You're always going to have more developer activity on a chain where there's smart contract functionality natively. Why wouldn't you? You can do more stuff, but that doesn't mean there isn't a place for other coins that are really good natively at other stuff. In the case of XRP payments. But that said, despite that being the case, if you look back over the last half a decade, we have seen an uptrend in developer activity on the XRP ledger. That's a long and sustained trend. And of course, once you saw, and I've highlighted this before, so I didn't pull up the charts for the purpose of this video, but you can look at how, after we had the 2022 collapse, Three Arrows Capital, Terra Luna, the whole thing, there was an exodus of developers industry-wide. And so that did impact the XRP ledger, but that also impacted Ethereum and just pick your chain. It hit pretty much all of them. Maybe you can find an outlier where it didn't, super duper if you can, cool, I don't care. The point is, the dip that you can see to some degree more recently on the XRP ledger in terms of dev activity isn't unique to XRP. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with XRP. It's pretty much every chain, if not literally every single chain that's being tracked by developer report. So just thought I'd mention that. But so anyway, there's that much of a track record showing, no, people are building stuff on here. There are actual projects here. But it's a zombie chain, right? And that's why there's now over 5.1 million wallets. Mind you, when I jumped in to the world of crypto and purchased my first XRP in November, it was November 17th of 2017. At that time, there were less than 700,000 XRP wallets. There are now over 5.1 million. And these jackasses would have you believe that this is a zombie chain that nobody is using. Yet there's all of this interest, and there's this gigantic XRP community, but don't pay attention to that. That doesn't mean anything. Those are just stupid facts that get in the way of our stupid-ass narrative, right? We're Forbes. We say what we want, even if it's not true. Piece continues. While the report presented a table of these networks, its focus was primarily on XRP. Well, there you go, an XRP hit piece yet again. Creating the impression that the entire commentary was targeted at the XRPL. The article noted that the XRPL has failed to command significant global money flows. As a result, what the hell metric are you even talking about? XRP is one of the most adopted cryptocurrencies in the entire history of the asset class. It's one of only 3 coins out of over 20,000 coins. It's one of only 3 coins in existence that has been in the top 10 cryptos by market cap for its entire existence. But they're going to pretend like that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. Come on. Anyway, piece continues. As a result, Forbes believes the blockchain network is not close to replacing SWIFT in the cross-border sector. Yeah, let's pause right here again. What is wrong with these idiots? As if that is the one thing that will determine whether or not it is useful. What the hell does Bitcoin do again? Why didn't you write the article about Bitcoin? It's not replacing jack, right? What's it doing? It's store of value? Well, so is anything else that does anything that's a cryptocurrency, right? Like, what are you even talking about here? Any crypto that's useful that is adopted long-term for whatever the utility is will also get the additional use case of store of value. Duh. My God. I mean, people treat stocks as a store of value. They're also treating, and it's provable that people are treating individual cryptocurrencies outside of Bitcoin as stores of value. They are. And so you're going to look at this and pretend that the thing that makes sense to look at is that agree to which Swift works just because there's one developer, Ripple, building on top of the XRP ledger, and it is their goal to compete in that regard. You know, positioning XRP as a bridge currency. So that's the end all be all. It doesn't matter what the rest of the ecosystem, the rest of the metrics. That's the one. That's what you got to say, Forbes. You bunch of idiot sticks. Really burns my biscuit, son. Peace continues. However, despite Swift commanding a much greater volume, the XRPL has continued to impress in the remittance scene, with multiple firms leveraging Ripple's ODL, which is now known as Ripple Payments, a product for cross-border settlements. The thing about this, folks, on-demand liquidity has been consistently growing, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. How is it even possible? Even if you just want to look at this one use case, if you want to look at the use case, why don't you look at the actual growth rather than not, instead of like, why, if Swift exists still? Because even if Swift never goes away, if for some reason they don't, okay, fine. What about XRP's usage for this particular use case? Is it increasing or decreasing? You intellectually dishonest pricks. Peace continues. Bitso, a leading crypto exchange, confirmed last year that it processed $3.3 billion worth of remittance between Mexico and the United States in 2022 alone, mainly through XRP and stablecoins. Hey, XRP's useless, though. Go ask Bitso, an ODL partner. They'll tell you, right? No. In addition, Ripple's Q1 2023 report revealed that ODL thrived, commanding nearly $3 billion in Q4 2022, despite the banking crisis at the time. Besides the XRP ledger's inability to disrupt Swift, the Forbes article claims XRP is largely useless despite having a valuation of over $36 billion. Interestingly, the metric with which they tagged XRP useless was accumulated transaction fees, which stood at $583,000 in 2023, folks. And I love this one. I love this one so much because they don't know what they're talking about. So, you know, what they're viewing is the higher the fee on the ledger, they're viewing that as a positive. And this is low, and they view that as a negative. Why? Well, it's viewed as a positive with Bitcoin, right? With proof of work, a healthy ecosystem, miners getting paid, all that crap. Now, never mind you, in reality, that's actually just friction, which from a technological perspective isn't necessary. In fact, you can have fees almost zero, which is what you have on the XRP ledger, and works just fine. It's almost free transactions for everybody else, since miners don't have to get paid. And then, if you want to spam the network, there is a fee, which isn't much per transaction, but if you want to spam the network enough that it would be meaningful, it's going to cost you a fortune. And then what have you done? Eventually you run out of money, and then the XRP ledger just goes long and it's fine. So that's the point of it. But they're acting as though, this is what they were writing in the article, this is a negative that the XRP ledger is so cheap. What in the ever-loving hell? How can... See, when it comes to this particular point, you know, I'm assuming intellectual dishonesty, but they could just be actual idiots. They could just be writing a bunch of stuff with their fat little fingers and not caring whether or not it's true, or just maybe they think it's true because they read something from a toxic Bitcoin maxi troll. I don't know. Maybe they had a conversation with a toxic Bitcoin maxi troll under a bridge, which is where they live, staying warm next to a dumpster fire. I don't know. We can only speculate here, folks. We can only speculate here, and I think that's from some reasonable speculation for me right there. That seems plausible, knowing these people. Peace continues. However, the article failed to highlight that this low figure is a result of the XRP ledger's extremely low fees when compared to legacy payment systems. The XRPL only charges an average fee of 0.0002 cents per transaction, while Swift charges anything from $10 to $100 for a wire transfer. Isn't that hilarious here? So there's this post from Paulo Tosca, who I wasn't familiar with, but it turns out he's pretty well known, including in the world of crypto. And he's a professor and an economist, and he ripped parts of this to shreds. And so here's what he wrote about this article. These kinds of garbage articles only reinforce how vital education remains in the deep tech space. Number one, XRPL network has been adopted by over 300 financial institutions across 40 countries, showcasing tangible progress towards improving cross-border payments. Now, folks, There's a lot of stuff you could say that's positive about the XRP ledger, and I've been saying it on this channel for over half a decade. It's a good old time here. Even just that one alone, does that scream zombie chain to you? Does that scream, oh my God, I don't know if the XRP ledger is even going to be here tomorrow. My gosh. Oh, Jiminy Cricket, maybe I made a bad financial decision here. Like, is that what that screams to you? Like, we're in a bunch of trouble now with this global adoption on a massive scale. Like, Forbes thinks so, apparently. Number 2, market valuation in the crypto space often reflects speculative future potential rather than current utility alone. XRP value partly stems from its potential to facilitate efficient global transactions, a vision still in progress. 3, crypto zombies. Brains. This is not a race, but a marathon. Forbes overlooks the developmental nature of blockchain technology, where projects often evolve over years. For example, Ethereum, once criticized for its limited capacity and high fees, is making significant strides with upgrades like Ethereum 2.0 to enhance scalability and efficiency. 4, regulatory challenges and innovation. The regulatory scrutiny faced by crypto projects is not unique to this space, but is a common challenge in the evolution of any groundbreaking technology. Number 5, utility and adoption beyond speculation. The narrative that blockchain projects lack utility beyond speculation fails to account for the growing number of use cases being explored and implemented across industries. Golf clap for Paulo Tasca. Exactly. So it was nice to see some people pushing back, and there are a lot of other people that slapped back in their own ways. I just really like this one, so I thought I'd highlight it. But this is me bitch smacking them back too, because this is just complete BS. It's either incompetency or they're outright lying to their readers. Which is it? Either's bad. It's bad either way. Incompetency, maybe it's a blend of the two. I don't know. A little column A, a little column B. I don't know. It's stupid. STLOPID, stupid. Yet here we are. And it's moments like these that make me extra thankful that I do have this platform so that I can rip this nonsense to shreds and hopefully never have to speak of it again. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.